Nerds. Just sitting around talking about stuff. The Burg Nerds. This is the Burg Nerds. Just sitting around talking about shit.
Hello, friends and fellow nerds. The Burg Nerds are back in the studio. It's been a little bit of a hiatus as of late. We had a lot of audio problems, a lot of technical problems.
We got our shit working, everybody!
Yay! Quality equipment.
Yes, we are back. We've the Burg Nerds have gotten an upgrade, Burg Nerds 2.0, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we are back with you here. And tonight we got all manner of things good with you. As everybody knows by now, the sexy voice that you are hearing right now is Jeremy.
Hey, this is Eddie.
This is Jordan, friend of the little man.
Master Joe.
This is Lee.
It looks like we're all here tonight, all five of us in force.
Yeah.
In full effect.
Oh, this is awesome.
Fat, sweating on top of each other, crammed up in the studio, working everything out.
Perspiring corpulence.
We have
All
more.
at its best.
We have more technology than RoboCop.
We really do. When we did get an upgrade, we splurged and everybody took their measly paychecks and we dumped them into a pot and got all things going here. So we're
Brought to you by Behringer.
Yeah, and hers.
we did buy a lot of Behringer equipment. And hopefully all these audio problems are done for good. So we're just going to get rolling here with this episode. First of all, thanks for listening and thanks for supporting us. We really appreciate it. It's, you guys
Thank
are
you.
tremendous. And we each and every one of us love you. We really do.
Definitely.
I don't.
I love you more.
Actually, Jordan really does not appreciate anything anyone does, but I appreciate you guys, and I make up for Jordan.
Fair enough. He's got enough appreciation for two people.
Exactly.
Yeah. So what we got going on here lately? Anything new? Now Lee earlier was talking about the WWE Network. When does it launch, Lee?
Launches Monday at 9 o'clock.
9 p.m. 9 a.m.
Yes,
9
9
p.m.
p.m.
Now, can you watch like old territory stuff with that or what?
I really don't know. Is it? I'm assuming that it's going to be based entirely on the products that they own. For example, NWA, Extreme Championship Wrestling, WCW. I believe they own World Class.
That's
and,
what about that. That's the one Percy Pringle's in, right?
World Class out of Dallas. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And they own AWA, the old AWA, and of course, all things WWF, WWE.
Cool.
And I'm really hoping with that you can actually go back and you'll be able to view like old pay-per-views, like old house shows, and not just for WWE, but for NWA, WCW, all that shit.
And they're going to have that. It's full library. They're going to have all
And
the
it is going to be
Raw
for all the
shows.
products that they own and everything.
Yes, even the pay-per-view where Owen Hart died, they've decided to put that into the library. Of course, that part's cut out.
Omitted, of course.
Okay.
That's good. But it's kind of a somber feeling throughout the rest of the show.
Oh, sure.
And it's also going to be streaming the current pay-per-views.
You get to watch the current pay-per-views that they charge $40, $50, $60 for. You're going to be able to stream those.
I don't care about anything after 98.
And it's like
I
$9.99
agree
a
with
month,
Jordan.
right?
Yeah.
And so
thoroughly.
it sounds like a damn decent deal.
Yeah,
really does.
it's $9.99 a month, and they're giving a 1 week free trial subscription starting Monday night.
Going the way of
Not bad.
Netflix.
Yes.
Then, yes.
Now, this is my question. Are they going to run like the format of like Netflix or like Hulu? Because with Netflix, you can use, different people can use your accounts and watch different things. But on Hulu, if you log in under my name, then you would have to watch what I'm watching.
Yeah, I can only assume that they're going to go the way of Hulu. Like,
I'll go with
who's going to
Netflix.
go? No, I mean, I'm saying WWE is going to go the way of Hulu because it seems. I mean, they don't want people to share, passwords. Who the fuck wants that?
I
They want
know.
to make that. They want to make that bankroll, son.
McMahon's businessman first.
Oh, yeah.
But let's not forget that. Even though he's got enough money to buy and sell all of us 100 times, that seems to be beside the point.
He could sell me.
Yeah, he could sell me. I mean, I'd fuck Vince McMahon.
I would.
For
I probably
1/10.
would.
For 1/10 of the money he has, Owen. For one
I'd-
1/1.
I'd watch. But anyways, back at it.
So yeah, what else do you know about it? Are they gonna be able to? Are we gonna have like apps for it on our like phones, PC, or is it going PS3, PS4, Xbox, the
Probably.
One?
I think at the get-go, you're going to have the Xbox One, the
Xbox Live. You know,
There's just the main. So even for 360.
right. And then as far as an app, they already have an app, and I don't know if that ties into that or if they're going to create one where you can watch it on your phone, tablet.
I would assume that they would eventually go that way. Probably not on the launch, but I'm sure they will probably go that way eventually.
And it's really going to be a beta test at that point because it's going to be flooded. So
all I intend to do is to purchase the service and just sit back and watch every single old NWA and ECW pay-per-view until I've got like a mountain man beard. And
Until you look like Skinner.
yeah, I come out looking with just covered in Cheeto dust and just 10 kinds of gross fucking like glaze.
I got some salsa.
Oh,
It's gonna be like, hey guys, we haven't heard from
be
Jeremy.
looking like Cactus Jack.
yeah, come out looking like the cack.
It's like, no wonder Jeremy wanted us to record 5 episodes. We haven't heard from him in like 2 months. Where'd he go?
And don't confuse that with me being a wrestling fan, because I mean, technically I am, but it's just been unwatchable basically for like the last 15 years.
Fruit basket.
And Jordan's got a big opinion on that. I can tell you, he had to look away. He was so angry he couldn't even look at me when I said that. Jordan, you agree though that wrestling's pretty much dead at this point? Like there's no.
I've been getting back into it, but I haven't been watching anything past '98.
Yeah, no,
I don't know who the fuck's wrestling now.
Yeah,
I don't
have
care
no idea either. No.
So, and then I started going back today watching old world class stuff with the Midnight Express and stuff.
Oh,
Jim,
yeah.
But you know me, I love Jim Cornette. So
Absolutely, you're a big Jim Cornette fan. You've been tuning in to Jimmy's podcast a lot, haven't you? Like the old reruns of his podcast and whatnot.
old reruns. He's just started it recently.
He did? I thought he's been podcasting for a while.
No, it's the Jim Cornette Experience.
Really?
Yeah, it's good. He's in the UK.
But he's
right
been
now.
part of other podcasts, is what I'm saying, right?
He's been interviewed.
Really?
Yeah.
This is
his own. He just started it a couple months ago.
It seems like I've seen him in a podcast.
He's been on several podcasts, but this is his own.
Okay.
so.
Okay.
Does he have a microphone that looks like his tennis racket?
No, I don't think so.
No, I fucking wish he did.
And then he just hits people with it. Dunk, dunk, dunk.
And
The,
it clips the audio clips every time he hits someone.
The World Wrestling Network, I'm curious, does that include WCW?
Yes, they
Yeah.
own World Championship Wrestling. They do.
Really?
That's actually
Nice.
some of the stuff that I was raised on that in Ohio Valley.
Ohio
Oh,
Valley.
God.
I don't know if
They
they
don't
even
own
still
it.
own Ohio Valley anymore.
Now it's Florida Championship.
I don't think they ever
Wrestling.
owned it. They were contracted. They were originally.
That
I
was their
think they're-
minor league.
Yeah, their training ground used to be Florida Championship. Then they moved to Ohio Valley, and now they're
Yeah.
back to Florida Championship.
Yeah.
That's
And they're going to be
interesting.
streaming that live too.
I'm
so
sorry to
you
hear
can
that.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, who gives a shit?
Yeah, I wasn't really asking about Ohio Valley being on there. Just that's what I remember seeing.
Shut down by Joe. There's a vein coming out of your. Are you mad about Ohio Valley?
I'm upset, very extremely.
Wow.
So,
Man, come on, get the heart punch going on.
so on the last episode that actually wound up getting burned, we were talking about wrestling moments and everybody's favorite wrestling moment. Lee, what do you got for your favorite wrestling moment?
probably just taking my son. We went last year.
You did. I think
to
I
a
remember
live
you telling me
show,
about that. Yeah,
and that was fun watching him jump up and down and get into it.
that's awesome.
What
Even
was
though
his
it's-
favorite part?
There's a group called the Wyatt family, and they're kind of backwoodish. It's kind of creepy the way that they come out, and he loves it. So
Lee's son loves the creepy,
yeah, like he's so apathetic about anything in this world, but
and it's the one thing he gets excited about.
wrestling he loves.
That's
So,
awesome. That really is awesome. That's worth seeing. I like to have saw that too. That's pretty cool. Joe, what do you got?
I got to say my flagship moment was getting to see The Undertaker come out one time, or for the very first
The
time.
very first time.
I just, you used to seeing Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage and all of them, and then this guy kind of has, I guess, some of the first gimmick going on, and I was just
Like deeply seated gimmick, like
Yeah.
real into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he just made a big impact, and I've liked him ever since.
Back when he had like candy red hair
Oh,
and
yeah.
really, really white skin, freckles.
Yeah, he was a
Back-
fucking mess.
Back when he had just left WCW, actually, he just left as Mean Mark Callis.
Wow.
Yeah.
Didn't even know that.
Yeah, he
Had
was.
no
He was
idea.
Mark Callis. He had the heart punch. Was his finisher. If anyone gives a fuck about that.
I was thinking that was the Ox, but I can't.
Oh, the heart
remember.
punch has been used. It
Yeah.
was been used all the way through the 70s and 80s. Jordan, what do you got?
My favorite was probably I got to meet Macho Man when I was about 4 or 5 years old.
That's actually really cool. Yeah.
So where Dad worked at the where Dad worked, his wife Elizabeth, Macho Man's wife Elizabeth, since she's from Kentucky, her aunt worked there, and they were in town for a house show.
Right.
And she came to visit her aunt. And Dad got us out early from school and brought us into his office, and there he was.
That's
And
too much. That motherfucker was huge up there.
Yeah, to a 4-year-old me, yeah, he was huge. I think I came up to his knee.
He's huge to a 31-year-old.
In the photo we got, like, he's hunched over so he can fit in frame, and me and my brother are just looking like that. At the time, he was a heel, so I was scared shitless of him.
That's awesome.
And I was like, "But you're a bad guy." He goes, "Oh, I ain't a bad guy." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So,
and you were sold.
and my
You
other
just took him at his word.
and my other memory is when Eddie took this G.I. Joe Timothy had and painted him up like Stone Cold,
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
and kept going. If you want Stone Cold to hit you with the Stone Cold helicopter, give me a hell yeah.
Give me a hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
So those are mine.
Right on. Eddie, what do you got?
Well, that second memory Jordan just had, that was fantastic. But now I remember when I was a little kid, there was a WWE event over at Rupp Arena, and my dad took me, and I was a huge Tatanka fan. And
Oh, Lord.
in all honesty, though, when you're there live and you hear that call and that music start, you just lose your shit. You're
Right.
like, yeah, oh, Tatanka! And it's just, I don't know, it's just amazing. Just going to see a live WWE event. Well, at that time it was WWF. And it's just amazing. And I just loved every second of it. But, in all honesty, that's just me, just that whole event in itself. But also, in regards to an independent circuit, I really loved going to watch you wrestle Jeremy.
Yeah.
And then my shirt that I made with Crayola markers when I took a nap in the back of Jordan's car, bled all over it.
Yeah, not to mention the whole losing the wallet fiasco. And the first time,
yes,
it was actually the first time that I ever bore witness to Jordan getting so frustrated that he screamed at you.
I mean, he was mad.
And what was, and I think
I've calmed down quite a bit since then.
it was one of those things is where Eddie wasn't like sad that he got yelled at. He was just disappointed. He was like, "Oh fuck, I'm better than this."
That was 14 years ago.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's been a while.
Yeah.
But it was still intense. It was still pretty intense.
My God.
We
I
need to
gotta
go
say-
back to Hinkle Hamburger one day.
We really do.
Are
We
they
did.
still
That was the
open?
night we ate at Hinkle. Yeah, they're still around. They've been around for like 80 years.
That was amazing.
It's been a family business for a very, very long time.
nice.
You can actually get, instead of a beverage, you can actually just get gravy. They'll give you gravy in a glass. Yeah. Well, it was the funniest thing. I ordered the home fries, and I said, I would like to have gravy on them. He goes, what about your gravy? And I said, what do you mean? He said, well, do you want gravy on your gravy?
Yes.
And I said, yes, as a matter of fact, I do, now that you bring it up. And he said, what would you like to drink? I said, what do you have? Coke products? He said,
Gravy product.
I said, what do you have? Coke products? He said, well, we've got Fanta and gravy.
That's when. That's legit right there. I mean, you've got it right there.
And I'd never been a Fanta fan, so I just ordered the gravy.
Mountain Dew or crab juice?
Oh, it's got me all choked up. I gotta say my favorite wrestling moment. I have two. I have one is my favorite wrestling moment, and one is the scariest moment in wrestling.
Oh, this sounds interesting.
It is. It's a long story filled with sighs and awes, and
Oh,
it's really not. My favorite wrestling moment was my dad actually took me to Louisville Gardens to see.
Whatever that was.
I think did someone step on a cat?
I don't know.
Dalton's eating a cat over there. My dad took me to Louisville Gardens as a kid, and I actually got to meet up close the Moondogs
Ooh.
from USWA. It was a USWA show, and I got to meet the Moondogs. The scariest moment in wrestling is I was actually on the indie show, and
You met the Moondogs.
I was on an
Sorry.
indie show in Jeffersonville, Indiana, and I actually met New Jack. Yeah, so that was really frightening considering he has 3 justifiable homicides. Like, up until that point, I had, aside from myself, had never met someone who's actually murdered someone else. So
That's terrifying. How do you wrestle against a guy like
Or
that?
silence.
Wait.
Pretty much spoke bounds there.
Yes,
did you
Lee.
catch that?
I did.
What?
No one else caught that.
What?
Go ahead, Lee. Go ahead and comment.
He said, I've never met anybody else besides myself
Oh,
who's murdered somebody, and all three of you were
Literally no one. They just nodded in the affirmative.
Well, we've known Jeremy for a while.
I'm glad I'm closest to the door.
Yeah. Hey guys, this will be my last podcast. I realized I left like a ham in the basket.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
They were
It
talking
turns
about
out-
a ham next door a minute ago.
Nice.
He
Actually,
goes, I
turns
got this
out-
ham for $5. She's like, really?
They were very excited about their ham over there. It's something you might not know about this neighborhood.
Nice.
But it was.
It's ham days.
But the New Jack was very. It was very detached.
Hmm.
Like I think I said, "Hello, how you doing?" He just went. "What's up?"
You took a
Like
box
this.
cutter to your forehead.
He said this. He said, "What's up?" That's all he said.
God.
Yeah, that was it. Like that's the whole moment. Like he didn't hold me down and fucking stick a box cutter to my neck.
Did
He
you,
just said, "What's up?" And I was like,
didn't you say you wrestled the show with the original Nature Boy and he'd shit his pants?
Buddy Landell?" Yes. He's not the original Nature Boy.
Oh, okay.
The original Nature Boy is actually Buddy Rogers.
Okay.
It was Buddy Landell, the Nature Boy, Buddy Landell, and he was really drugged out and just depressing. He was so a kid that as a kid I'd actually watched him a lot in old NWA and even a little bit in World Championship Wrestling when Crockett sold the territory. And he. Are you directing me?
No, I
was
saw
like-
you do this, and I thought you meant sorry.
No, I'm just teasing.
I thought you were directing him too.
No, I saw
And I really looked up to him as a kid, and he was just a coked out, fucked up, pillhead mess, and it was just really sad. It was really sad to meet him. And he had stretch marks on his tits. So
I
it
was
really
I was
odd.
listening to the Steve Austin Unleashed podcast.
Uh-huh.
That's okay. He's got a lot of people, and he was talking to Brian Knobs. Man, that poor guy sounded like he was eating a plate of biscuits the whole podcast. He was like, I'll tell you. Like, I mean, he was getting a breath almost every sentence, poor guy.
So he sounds like me tonight. I don't know what it is, but I've been sick forever. I actually think the dead cat sound was my nose whistling. So.
Like your nose was drowning out Dalton eating a cat.
So what have you guys been playing lately? Playing anything good as far as in the video game world?
Yeah, I've been trying out Telltale's The Walking Dead.
I know Jordan keeps trying to get me to kind of go into that, but it's just the Telltale game thing's the point and click, man. I can't.
I'm not a big fan of it either, but the storyline and everything for the game, it's been superb.
Makes
so
it
far.
worth it then.
Oh, yes. Dare I say, definitely past being on par with the show. The writing in it is just excellent.
Yeah, and it's nothing like the comic nor the TV show. Is that right?
That's correct.
From what I understood, I played the first episode, and I played maybe 15 minutes of the first episode, and just decided I was like, this shit is just not for me at all.
There's a few little cameos here and there, but I won't spoil anything. If you haven't tried it, anybody that's listening, if you haven't tried it, give it a chance. I think Xbox and other services offer the first episode for free now.
Oh,
So at
really?
least give it a shot. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. So well, that's totally worth it then.
Part
I
2
think I
just
actually
got
still have it.
released.
Did it?
Yeah,
First episode.
and like you said, not to give spoilers, but it's better to play part 1 first and then second because they actually continue the story.
Yeah, and see where it goes.
It's got continuity.
I think if I'm going to try a Telltale Games game, the point and click mess, and really give it a try, I think I'm going to jump off with Back to the Future. So yeah, I think that's
I
what
liked it.
I'm going to give a shot. Anybody else been playing anything else good lately?
Tomb Raider,
That's a good game.
absolutely. The gameplay's
I
great.
thoroughly enjoyed that game.
It's amazing.
It's like here, while you're waiting for Uncharted 4 to come out, have a game that's not quite as good, but still pretty good.
Still
Yeah.
pretty, it's pretty damn good.
Definitely good.
Poor Laura, she gets the absolute dog piss knocked out of her the whole
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, she gets her.
But it's not funny like when Drake gets hurt. Drake gets hurt, and you're like, oh, that's funny. Laura, you're just like, oh my god.
That's because he's a man.
Aw.
And Laura's a woman.
He's a handsome man who's got
You're-
wit.
Your
You're like,
chauvinistic, your chauvinistic ways tend to feel more apathy towards a woman, which a lot of people, not me, because I just don't give a shit. You're looking at me crazy.
Are you talking about like me as a chauvinist, or just in men as general?
Probably you.
I'm
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, dude.
No, but yeah, I hear women a lot. Like any kind of sympathy towards women, they tend to they like holding a door for a woman is even considered chauvinistic in the whole progressive, like in the whole progressive manner by progressive women or whatever. It's
I'm just gonna
possibly
say,
sexist.
Angie is like studying every word you say. I'm just kidding. I'm just like watching her going, how is she gonna react?
She's got
to
the
what
stink
Jeremy's
eye on me
saying?
right now.
Hey,
God, I'm
country
getting my
cousin
ass-
Dalton, what do you think?
No, I'm just.
About chauvinistics?
No, just about logistics.
Or meniscus?
Well, I was going more along the lines of Drake like gets hurt and makes a funny quip, whereas Laura gets hurt and
It's just really sad.
she has a hard time getting up, and it looks like she's in pain.
Well, that and
So-
Drake's like really good looking and successful and athletic and fuck that guy. Fuck him. You want him to get
I don't
fucking
give a
hurt.
shit about him.
Fuck him and his abs, cocksucker, and
think
his perfect hair.
It's pretty funny, how a lot of people compared Nathan Drake to Laura Croft.
I don't see that.
Well,
Laura
start
Croft
off-
has way better tits.
Well, understood. Okay, Uncharted to Tomb Raider. Then I've heard people say after the new Tomb Raider that essentially Laura Croft is now the new Nathan Drake.
Really?
That's just what people have been saying.
Now I've read a lot that people are saying.
Yeah, if you were born in 1990.
Yeah, that's true. Very true.
Well, I've heard a lot of people say that that Uncharted took Tomb Raider and made Tomb Raider like it's like a better version of Tomb Raider. So Tomb Raider was just stealing it back with this last one.
Yeah.
They're taking it back for the working man or whatever.
But anyways, in regards to something new, I actually don't play a lot of new games. I like to go back and play some of the old ones. So I've really been kicking major ass in Streets of Rage 2. And I have actually beaten it with all the characters, glad to say.
Very
and
nice.
I have done it on easy, medium, and hard.
Oh,
So-
Way to stay current.
I
The
know.
one with Max in it.
Yes, it is.
Max was my main man.
Dude.
And that, folks, was our first audio part.
Yeah.
oh God.
In all honesty, though, the hardest person to beat that game with is Max because he is so slow. And, God.
Someone just farted in the studio, and I'm 100% positive the microphone's picked it up, and it is.
Someone just
unpleasant.
farted out of Jeremy's ass.
Who was that farted out of my ass? That's crazy. Who does that shit?
Jeremy.
Anyway, Eddie, you were saying something about Streets of Rage 2.
God, someone get that Fruity Pebble
You
candle
were
in
too.
here. Yeah.
I
You
did.
were too.
I gave my opinion on Streets of Rage 2.
Jeremy's more like Shits of Rage right now.
And that smelled as bad as the sequel did.
I've actually not been playing anything new. I've got this thing where I just, go to bed and then get up and go to work.
I'm 32 years old.
Well, here's the thing: is that where I'm switched. I worked second shift for so many years, and now working first shift. I basically have to go to bed as soon as I walk through the door to get up tomorrow. So I've not been playing anything, and on the weekends I don't play anything because just fuck it. There's nothing I want to play right now, even if I did have time to play it. So I'm burnt out on Grand Theft Auto. I mean, I can go back and play some of my older games. Go back and play
That's what I've been doing.
Left 4 Dead. I can go back and play, Red Dead. All the games I enjoyed recently. But I don't even really feel like doing that anymore. I'm waiting for a reason to beg Angie to let me buy the PS4. It's really
Plotting anything new on Minecraft?
no. See, I mean, I can't. I got to be in a state of
Built it
mind.
all.
Yeah, I have. I think we've been working on Hill Valley and even Minecraft. I got to be in a state of mind to play it. I can't play Minecraft with screaming children around because I have to. I don't know what it is, man. I got to get those juices flowing to play that game
And explaining to the kids what exactly that is that you've built.
yeah. Yeah, we built
Nice
a
big rocket ship.
a nice big rocket ship with smoke coming out of the end of it. And for the people who just cannot get this joke, it's a big square, blocky
big
dick.
blocky pewter.
A big blocky pecker.
Oh, man.
Jordan, you said you've been going back and playing old games and whatnot?
Yeah, this past week I was playing that game Dante's Inferno.
Yeah.
I just been bored and I popped that in, played through it a few times. Didn't get terribly good reviews, but I enjoyed it. And the new Castlevania will be out next week, and then in a few weeks after that, Dark Souls 2 is coming out, so I'll have something to play.
Right on. Yeah, that's good. Like I said, I'm just not, I don't know, I'm real picky about games anyway. You know that.
Mhm.
There's not a whole lot of games that I just want to get into, and I might get into maybe 2 or 3 games a year. Although I've heard the new DLC is out for The Last of Us.
Yeah, I haven't picked it up.
The Last of Us was hands down across the board my favorite game of 2013. It was just amazing. Every single minute of that game. I was happy. I was sad. I was pissed to the point of snapping my PS3 controller in half. It was an emotional roller coaster.
It was pretty damn good.
It's a wonderful game.
Never played the game, but I've heard enough about it to want to go ahead and buy it.
You really should look into it. I think it's actually come down a little bit on price too. But it's the new DLC is supposed to follow.
I can't wait for this.
I'm gonna get that. I believe.
March 4th.
What are you looking at there, Lee?
South Park: The Stick of Truth.
Is that supposed to be the RPG that everybody's talking about?
Yes.
Yeah, they're releasing gameplay of it, and it looks like you're playing the show.
Oh, absolutely.
Really?
Awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it looks like shit.
Yeah, but
Good shit.
Yeah, good
fun
shit.
shit.
Quality shit.
The character classes you can pick are
I think I
warrior,
just took a
mage, thief,
quality shit.
and Jew.
Wow.
Warrior,
Jew
mage,
is-
thief, and Jew.
Seriously,
Wow.
Yes.
That's the most
those-
racist thing to happen to
I
humanity.
agree, but that's
You type in your name, and Cartman calls you douche no matter what. So
What did Red Letter Media say about the most racist thing since what was it?
I think it was an Adam Sandler movie. I think it was Jack and Jill.
No, that is the most.
I think he said Jack and Jill was the most racist movie since Birth of a Nation.
Oh wow!
That's a bold statement.
or Schindler's List.
That is yeah.
In all honesty, I mean, without even trying to be racist, I think the most racist movie ever was Black Like Me, because it had the guy in blackface.
White chick.
Ted Danson.
Richard Dreyfuss.
Ted Danson actually did blackface when he was married. Was he married or dating Whoopi Goldberg?
Oh, I think I heard about that.
Some kind of award ceremony. He went blackface,
Bad idea.
and everybody, white, black, it didn't matter. Everyone in the whole world except Whoopi Goldberg was pissed about it. Like maybe there's some kind of unspoken thing to where if you're married to someone who's African American, it's okay to be blackface. But
No.
I got to go ahead and say that that's not all right anytime.
No, it's not.
Never.
Blackface
No.
is
Dumb
never
idea.
okay.
No, it's terrible. So,
Bad idea.
oy vey.
Okay, well, speaking of video games, PlayStation is releasing the PlayStation Now project.
Do you know when that launches? Have they released the launch
I
date
don't
yet?
think they have.
Still
I
in
can
beta.
look.
Lee's gonna take a look. Yeah, the PlayStation Network is supposed to basically steal my fucking idea. I'm just gonna say it. Those motherfuckers stole my idea. The very first time I got Netflix, I believe, was in 2010, and I was streaming it on my PlayStation. And the minute I opened it, I saw all these movies and television shows, and I said, "This will be amazing if they would do this with video games." And I failed to patent it. So now I will not be getting a settlement from PlayStation Network. So that's really sad. But it's supposed to be really cool. I mean, I don't know how it's going to run. It seems it's going to take a mighty, mighty internet connection.
Yeah,
too.
I'm not going to be able to run that.
Yeah.
Wow.
You'd have to have a very persistent connection, and
Yeah, fuck Wi-Fi. You're not running that shit on Wi-Fi.
Come on, Google Fiber.
Yeah.
we all want Google Fiber.
But we're not going to get it because Ted Turner has monopolized our shitty little town. So, But I think it's a wonderful idea. I mean, it's been a long time coming. I think. I mean, the technology's there at this point. I think for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's going to be awesome. I'd love to go back and just stream like old PlayStation library games. Like just go back and sit down and play the original Resident Evil or Tekken 2 or whatever.
Now here's the thing: would you actually be able to save without a memory card?
It'd probably save on the cloud.
I would think
Nice.
it would be a cloud save. That's what I would
That's
think.
what I
yeah.
would
That's
think.
what it's actually set up as. It's one of the
That's
one
horny.
of the first console steps into cloud gaming.
Oh yeah.
What is it?
No one knows. No one knows what cloud gaming is.
No, never mind.
But do you remember just like back?
Oh, you're
in the
talking
day-
about the ads for cloud gaming?
No,
Is
I
that-
was talking about Resident Evil.
Oh, I didn't
Sorry.
know those were Resident Evil. Shut up. Well, I mean, I posed a wonderful question. What the fuck is cloud gaming? No one knows. You don't know. I don't know. No one knows. But it's supposed to be the next big thing. So
I just think it's fantastic that
What is it?
you remember back in the day, you'd play like Resident Evil or Final Fantasy VII. With Final Fantasy VII alone on the PlayStation 1, you'd have to have the biggest memory card known to man. So I just think, in all honesty, you can play a PlayStation game and actually be able to save right there. And you're like, yes, but I do miss the memory cards.
right on.
As for the launch date, you've got 5 or 6 of the big names that are saying it's here, but there's no cohesion. So
So basically, you've concluded no
there
fucking
is
idea when
no fucking launch date.
Still in development.
Some inside source you are, Lee.
It's gonna be there'll be 3 or 4 versions before they get it right.
Oh yeah, sure. I mean, they're gonna beta the shit out of that thing, yeah. Because you don't want to launch things and have them not run Microsoft.
Burg Nerds.
Yeah.
Jordan betas the shit out of a lot of things.
My
Yeah,
penis.
Jordan just illustrated a really good point. We were up and running, and we were down and crawling. really fucking quick. But we are back. This is it, man. We have sorted out every single audio issue. Ladies and gentlemen, the Burg Nerds 2.0. They're getting a fucking upgrade, and us and Ben are gonna go live in that tore down warehouse in Manhattan. That was a Short Circuit 2 reference. I saw
like
Jordan
that.
processing it. He knew what it was. All right, I think that's going to do it for us tonight. We are the Burg Nerds. My name is Jeremy.
Hey, this is Eddie.
I'm Jordan.
Big Joe.
Lee.
That's going to do us. We're going to call it a night.
Don't disassemble Jenny 5.
The Burg Nerds. We were the Burg Nerds. Just sitting around talking about stuff. The Burg Nerds. That was the Burg Nerds. Just sitting around talking about shit.